So what I really want from young people around the world, especially the ummah, the majority of the ummah today, statistically, is between the ages of 18 and 35, or under 35-year-olds are the majority of the Muslim world, which means we're just an entirely young ummah, almost entirely a young ummah. And if we don't learn to think big, if we don't think about how to transform the world around us, and to really put ourselves to work to identify the talents Allah has given us. Even a prophet can see in his people, this is the talent Allah has inspired in you. And here you are, Muslim youth, saying, I don't know what I'm good at. I'm not sure what I should do. How are you not sure? Have you not tried anything? Maybe that's why you're not sure, because you haven't tried anything. You haven't done any work. You haven't done anything. And then you're like, I'm not sure what you're pretty sure at saying you're not sure. That's what you're good at. So how about you go get a job? If you can't find a fancy job, do some work. Do something. Learn something. Learn a skill. There's no reason a 16-year-old, 16, 17-year-old should be sitting at home. There's no reason. Go after school, go get a job. I don't care if you have to change tires or work at a donut shop or a pizza place or sell shoes. I don't care. Do it. You know what? You'll learn something. You'll learn how a business works. You'll learn how management works. You'll learn what it means to respect time. And if you don't develop that work ethic at a young age, and the only free time you have is going into the next trophy you're going to win on a video game, a digital token of accomplishment, then your life will be a virtual sense of accomplishment. You'll never have any real accomplishment in your life. Step out of your comfort zone. Push yourself. Work. And nobody becomes a business person or successful in any entrepreneurial venture and hits the millions without actually going through the grind and learning what it means to do hard work first. And that's part of what Allah inspired you with. You have the talent to do it. You have the ability to do it. You have the mind to do it. You're just not doing it because for some reason you've convinced yourself that sitting back and being comfortable is a good thing. Maybe you're the reason corruption is winning. You're the reason that the world isn't changing the way it is, because if you stood up, if enough of you stood up, if enough of you tried to bring about a change, an entire culture changes. There's one last piece of thought that I want you to think about. We keep complaining about governments being corrupt. We complain about politicians being corrupt, policies being corrupt, the rich and powerful being corrupt, societies being corrupt, family systems being corrupt, cultures being corrupt. We see corruption everywhere. But you know what? When you start creating your own environment, when a gentleman here runs his own mechanic shop, when somebody runs their own store, when somebody starts their own clinic, you know what? They're governing it. They're governing. Inside of that place, the principles of Allah's book, the principles of justice are being applied. And as they grow, the influence of what Allah has inspired is growing, isn't it? You're not just sitting in your living room saying, this is corrupt and that is corrupt and that is corrupt. You created a small circle in which there's no corruption. And as you grow, as that circle is growing, it's inspiring a larger circle of influence where there's no corruption. Instead of saying, oh, the medical industry is corrupt, well then, you know what? Compete with the medical industry. Develop a non-corrupt medical industry. Who's stopping you? What's stopping you? The only thing that's stopping you and me is the limitation we put in our heads. So develop this big thinking and remember these words that Allah has given to Salih alayhi salam to even talk to his people and say, وَاسْتَعْمَرَكُمْ فِيهَا أَنْشَأَكُمْ مِنَ الْأَرْضِ وَاسْتَعْمَرَكُمْ فِيهَا. I genuinely pray that we get inspired young people that take up powerful ideas, that learn, that study, that work hard from an early age and become models of what it means to develop and bring about real change in the world and to bring inspirational change in the world. Allah only knows what ideas Allah has inspired you with, only you've gotten them, right? Because there's an ilham that comes from Allah to everybody about what they can do and accomplish. So don't underestimate yourself, and let's accomplish incredible things. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'anil Hakim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bil ayati wal dhikril hakim.